Hello, welcome to another video, and today, here's some good news. So, what does Gio Reyna's return mean for USMNT? So, let's begin. So, this is a very, very, very exciting news. This is exciting news. Gio Reyna is my favorite player of the USMNT. I just like how he plays, how he looks in the field, and I just like that competitive attitude of Gio Reyna. And now we're about to in March. If he manages to stay healthy, obviously, um, we will get a chance to see Gio Reyna back in action with the national team, which is going to be very exciting. The last time we saw him was against El Salvador, and he picked up a hamstring injury. It was because those dirty El Salvadorians, like, they just have to beat the living crap out of a player that is very technical like Gio. So yeah. So let's go over a little analysis of Gio Reyna. 19 years old, still very young. Central attacking mid. Can play as a central midfielder. For me, he is not a winger. For me, he is not. Look at. I think Gio Reyna is a poor crosser to be a right winger. I feel, and obviously he does not have the He does not have the athleticism. He does. He's like calling him unathletic will be like something that will be very unfair critique because he does have to have some athletic. He's pretty athletic, but to play as a winger, no, not for me. So as a central attacking mid or as a central mid, for me, he's best because he has many qualities that make him that. He really does not have many qualities that make him a winger. So yeah, he plays at Borussia Dortmund. Obviously, we all know that. Creative. Okay, if you describe Gio Reyna, the first thing you have to say, creative, can unlock a defense. With teams that sit really deep in CONCACAF, teams that we faced in the past, like Costa Rica, teams like those, El Salvador as well, another great example. Uh, what else can I name? Canada, like against Canada, they were sitting back as well. Having a player like Gio Reyna was going to be very helpful since he would be unlocking a defense. And obviously, if Alphonso Davies was available and we had a Gio Reyna available for that game, like Gio Reyna would be very helpful because Gio Reyna will be occupying most of the defense of Canada. God bet you Canada will be having like three good players on him. Another thing about Gio is that he's a very good dribbler, and he's competitive. Look at, he is a very competitive player. He gets in your face and yells at you. Uh, and this season, before the injury, he was playing great. Two goals in 3 games in the Bundesliga before the injury, and he was playing really fucking good. Um, However, we all know what happened next. A hamstring injury against El Salvador, and now he's out. So yeah, but now he's about to return. He's about to return this weekend. Hopefully, he will get the start. Hopefully. So yeah, now to some points. Borussia Dortmund have a stronger midfield. Gio Reyna and Jude Bellingham were an electric duo before Gio Reyna's injury. They were an electric duo. Um, Gio Reyna and Jude Bellingham do seem to have really good understanding of each other when they play out there for Borussia Dortmund before the injury. They are both really good prospects. Um, Another thing about it is that Borussia Dortmund has other mids that have been playing pretty good as well. BVB have other mids like Marco Roy, Julian Brandt, Mam Zahoud. I'm not even going to try to say his first name. Jude Bellingham as well. Emre Can, who has been playing pretty. Emre Can has been playing out of position, like he has been playing as a center back. And Brandt has been playing as a right winger, as of recent. But still, they both are pretty good midfield. They can fill in a role in the midfield if they have to. And for me, having Gio, that will make that midfield more loaded. That will be dangerous. I'm gonna tell you, dangerous. Um, Gio Reyna as well has a lot of chemistry with Erling Haaland. Like when you see them both play, you can tell they are both friends and they both love to play with each other. I'm not meaning in a sexual way, of course. I do not mean it in that way. They just like to play. You can see the combination plays they do between each other. Um, Obviously, both are they both are very good. They both are pretty. They're look. I've seen many teams try to stop Gio Reyna before, and it looks fucking frustrating. The way he goes, he can go one way, then he goes the other. Like, oh my gosh, just seeing Gio Reyna playing in that level was just amazing to watch. And now that he's back, I would like to see him back again, doing the same thing over and again. Hopefully, he's not injury prone like his father Claudio. Hopefully, he's not. So yeah. The USMNT have their star player back. This is the most important. This is the most important, at least when it comes to me, since I do like Borussia Dortmund a lot, since they have produced many young players for the USMNT like Christian Pulisic and Gio Reyna. Maloney is as well another center back, but I believe he needs to go back he needs to go to MLS if he wants to progress his career even further. But still, I'm not here to talk about those players. I'm here to talk about Gio Reyna specifically. So Gio Reyna is the star player for the USMNT in my eyes. Okay, most people can say it's Weston McKennie, Christian Pulisic. Okay, on ability alone, I believe it's Gio Reyna. Like Gio Reyna can do multiple things in a midfield more than Christian Pulisic and Weston McKennie, that's for sure. They're both really good players, especially Weston McKennie has been really good this year for Juventus. But okay, Weston McKennie is a good dribbler, hustles on defense, gets clutch tackles, and can even score some goals off headers. But okay, we cannot replicate what we just done with Gio. Gio is creative. It's like I know I'm not saying that Weston is a uncreative player like Sebastian Lletget. He can obviously make that progressive pass, but like Gio, who can unlock a defense that easily, Weston cannot do that. I'm sorry. That's the same too for Christian Pulisic. Good dribbler, good finisher, but look, he's not. He cannot unlock a defense like Gio. And if we're gonna score goals, we have to make chances first. And our main creator is, well, you see him on screen right here, Gio Reyna. Gio Reyna will add much needed creativity to this USMNT midfield. If Greg decides to put him there, like Greg is an idiot. He plays many players out of position. Look at as of recent, he hasn't played many players out of position. But look at hopefully when Gio's back with the national team, he's putting back into the midfield mix. Um, or even giving some minutes in the midfield. Like one game he can be a center mid, then the other a right winger. Um, I I would be annoyed by that, but look, it's something that I can somewhat endure. Um, Tim Moore for me has been very good these qualifiers, and I believe he deserves it. The MMA midfield has been good as well, but still, look at Yunus Musa has been really good at these qualifiers, and Weston McKennie as well. But look, I think we're gonna have to sacrifice Yunus Musa. Like I'm sorry, but we have to. Um, Look, for me in the last window, we can do a lot more midfield rotation. Like, look, we played Weston McKennie the three games during the last window. We cannot risk another injury. We cannot risk an injury to one of our players, and especially a player that is important like Weston. I know he can play 90 minutes. He's very capable of it, but again, we have to be responsible. And I believe having a player like Gio Reyna in the midfield instead of using him as a winger is going to be the best we can do for him for our midfielders. Since midfield is a very physically demanding position, uh, look at again, we can do a rotation of the center mids. Like again, look at Gio and Weston as our first choices, Yunus and Luca Del Torre as our second choices, and we can even do our third choices, which are Gianluca Busio and probably going to be Tanner Tessman in the future. Gio Reyna is the only USMNT player that can attack in many ways. Gio Reyna can dribble at you. He can make a pass. He can take a shot. He can do just about anything. And that's not. And I cannot say that about many USMNT players. Christian Pulisic, he can do it to somewhat of a degree. Weston as well, but they cannot do it on a consistent enough level like Gio can. Brendan Aronson is pretty capable of it, but again, not as much as capable as Gio is. Serginho Dest as well, we have seen that during his qualifiers, but again, not as much as we've seen Gio. Timo as well, but again, not as much as Gio can. So obviously, Gio Reyna is going to be adding a whole new dimension to our attack. Reyna will be crucial against Mexico in the Estadio Azteca, where we're going to be needing to unlock that defense and expose the defensive weaknesses of Mexico and the Azteca. Okay, we have to expose those weaknesses. I'm sorry, but we have to. We have to. Look, practically the only one who's going to be guarding that back line is going to be Edson Alvarez. So we're going to have to use Gio Reyna, and because he's the only one who can exploit. Well, he's not the only one, but he's the perfect player that can exploit that weakness. Other players that can as well exploit it are Yunus Musa and McKennie, and that will be helpful since, Gio Reyna starts, then we put on Yunus Musa, and then, oh my gosh, we are starting to bake. We're starting to bake over here. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.